Welcome to the worst of the best podcast. You wanted the best. Well, they didn't freaking make it! So here's what you get. From Canada
and Florida,
Ryan and
Drew. All right, welcome everyone to the worst of the best podcast. I am your host, Ryan, and with me again, fellow guest, semi-co-host on a lot of episodes now, Drew. How you doing, brother?
I'm going to make an announcement. On this episode, I think you're my co-host. Can we say that?
Oh, no. How did that happen?
That's just how it went.
Okay.
It's a new era.
Drew's taking over the show. Oh, you want to pay for the feed while you're at it?
Checks in the mail.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, brother. Well, we're trying something new. If people are actually watching this on our very low subscribed YouTube channel, if you want to, and you're listening to this on the audio version of the show, which is the majority of our listeners, may I recommend you go to the YouTube channel, Worst of the Best Podcast. We do have a channel. We have 25 subscribers, so it's just blowing up the internet. We definitely have more listeners than we have subscribers to that channel because I never advertise it, so maybe people don't know it's there. But for the most part, it's just audio there as well, but some people listen to the audio version on YouTube. If you want to, I recommend going to the channel because Drew and I are, for better for worse, this is unedited. You're going to hear our ums, you're going to hear our ahs, you're going to hear all the stuff that I don't edit out, post-edit, because we want you, the viewer or listener, to maybe check out the videos that we're talking about in today's episode.
I vaguely understand what we're going to be doing here. I think you're going to lead me on this road.
Oh boy, I count on you. You're the thorough expert in all this stuff.
Oh no, actually we've done a little change of course, and this was something that was recommended to me is no research, no background investigation. Go into the podcast recording absolutely blind. That's what someone told me. That's what someone told me was the best approach. Here we go.
That's terrible advice. I don't know who would give you such advice. Do you ever go on YouTube, Drew? Do you ever go on YouTube and search around and look at things?
Stumbled upon it once or twice. I can't tell you any of the particular videos. That's actually classified information.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I go on YouTube. I enjoy going down the rabbit holes of many things. But there are people who have what I consider to be maybe risky or dangerous type channels. They're called YouTubers. People that have YouTube channels are referred to as YouTubers. I believe that's the term, right?
Tube it up.
Okay. We have 10, I think these are 10 YouTubers or YouTube channels that display either risky, dangerous, gross, or all the above type behavior. And we're just going to sample some of their most viewed videos on their channels, briefly describing what the channel's about, give the title of the channel to our listeners if they're not watching the video, so they themselves can investigate these channels on their own if they want to. At the end of our list, the criteria that I thought might be good for this episode is which activity would you least want to do, but you had to do the other 9?
All of these videos are videos of people doing things that could kill them. Yes?
There's a possibility you could be killed driving to work, to be fair.
And that's sort of my understanding as well. And I guess we'll go through this. Some of them are varying levels of what is the risk involved. Some of them are just plain stupid. What was your take on the level of killability of a lot of these? Yeah. Some of them just seem to be like videos of people doing dumb things.
Yeah, the level of, for your own personal criteria, might not be the level of the risk of dying, might not be the criteria for you personally. But yes, some of these are, you can die doing some of these activities on YouTube. So let's start with the first one. This channel is called First We Feast. Now, the idea behind this one, this guy, his name is Sean Evans. That's right. So Sean Evans, what he does, he basically serves guests, and a lot of them are notable celebrities, will come to his table, and they will sit across from each other, and they share food with each other, and the food increases, it's chicken wings, essentially, increases with spice. And they have a variety of spices are given to them. And during their eating, they continue the conversation almost like it's a normal interview, but the poor guest is dying because of the spice increase that's occurring in their mouth. And I guess people find that comedic and funny. This channel, for example, has 8.4 million subscribers. So this is not a small channel. We go here. We have Gordon Ramsay. This video here has 56 million views. It's the most viewed video of Sean Evans' channel, First We Feast. And let's just go down a little bit. At the end of the video is kind of when most of the guests hit their peak of spice, okay? And each spice is talked about. It's given whatever that level of spice. I don't know what that term is. Do you remember what it's called? Have you heard? Are you a spice guy?
I'll go to a certain extent on the BW3's menu. I'm about 3/4 of the way there. I don't do anything that I know is going to put me out of commission for the next day.
There was actually, speaking of death, a man recently did pass away in 2019 because he consumed a fish cake that was so hot that burned his throat and caused him to choke to death.
What's a fish cake?
Oh, you don't know? Have you ever had a crab cake?
I've had a crab cake.
It's the same idea, but instead of crab meat, it's fish meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've done a very good job of explaining a fish cake.
Are you being sarcastic? Are you?
That's right.
Wow. Okay. All right, here we go. So the part of this video is, I think it's the last, and Gordon Ramsay here. Oh, forewarning for our people who are watching this video, I can't edit out the swearing. Our audio on iTunes is rated PG, but there is cursing in some of these videos, so this is not safe for work. Okay, there you go. Here we go. Because Gordon Ramsay curses a lot here.
There we go.
That's not normal.
No.
In fact, this program's not normal.
No.
Have you ever killed anybody?
We haven't heard from Coolio in a long time.
Now, seriously.
Waiting for us.
Oh, excuse me.
So everyone knows Hell's Kitchen and Master Chef, but
So this is a quick clip. You get the idea, and basically this is what happens. They will eat chicken wings, a variety of flavors and a variety of spice levels, and as the show goes on, the spice increases. And it's almost like, I wouldn't say a man test, but it's a test of how far can some of these celebrities go. And of course, Gordon Ramsay he's a tough guy, right? You know, he should be able to handle this stuff. He bows out at the end there, and he drinks a bunch of milk and curses a lot about the effect of the spice. So
this is one of the different kinds of eating contests that you can do. And I guess when reality TV ran out of ideas, they came up with the eating competition show. What we have is a guy trying to test different spices. I know that there are spices that can mess with your digestive system. I know that there are spices that can mess with your tongue. It's interesting to see an entire show circulated around that. And for Gordon Ramsay, his character has always come up with some sort of a show that he can get angry unnecessarily. So that's sort of where we are with that.
That's right. That was funny. That was good. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay likes to get upset, and I actually enjoy him. My wife and I are suckers for the Gordon Ramsay programs. We watch Hell's Kitchen. We watch his Saving the Restaurants and Hotels. As far as entertainment goes, he's actually an entertaining character of TV, and he's found much success because of that. So that's the idea of that show. Eat spicy food, see how much you can take. In fact, the one guy named
Get
Bobby,
angry. Don't forget the get angry part. The show does not exist if he doesn't get angry.
Well, for Gordon Ramsay, yes, he gets angry. He got angry at the spicy food. But this is really, again, warn our viewers, this sequence here there's an actor here. His name is Bobby Lee. He is a comedian actor. If you don't know, that's fine. Again, he's on the show. He's made it near the end of this video, and he literally poops himself. So watch this.
Not anything I want to see.
Hold on. No. Oh, did you hear it? Oh,
this is not happening.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
It's fine.
That's real. So spicy food, Drew, just so you know, it can cause diarrhea. And it caused diarrhea for this individual on the show. And bless his heart for not asking that to be edited off TV to be there forever.
There was an eventual edit. I think that was for public health purposes. I think I might get into the number 9. Number 9 is a different kind of reality-esque show, eating competition. A man who has made his fame on YouTube from eating various things and particularly eating a lot of things. Famous Pete is most famously known
Furious
for
Pete.
eating.
Furious Pete.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Furious Pete. Furious Pete has a little over 5 million YouTube subscribers. I'm looking at a video here of him eating a pizza the size of a dinner table. And for some reason, he washed it all down with an 11-pound jar of Nutella. I don't understand why you would do one or the other, much less both.
It's disgusting. So far,
It's
these two have been disgusting. I'm not a fan of watching people eat in general. You know what I mean by that?
No, I absolutely do. I think that's just a particular sort of person. That's your business. Do your business, and I don't want to see it. To want to view a man do it to the extreme, I don't know. And I'm looking at this pizza that he was eating. It was specially constructed for him, the size of a table, with different components, like different sides of the table had different toppings on it. Absolutely remarkable that it's on the screen right there.
Oh, there it is.
Absolutely ridiculous.
This one here? Okay.
Yeah, that's the one of this guy eating a pizza the size of, well, whatever we're looking at here.
Does he eat the whole thing?
That's what I'm reading. And he starts in the middle. What the hell was that? What on earth was that? He just pulled a slice out of the middle of it. Who does this? Who is this man?
Oh, this is gross.
I mean, I can imagine that sort of thing being delivered to a tailgate or that sort of thing being delivered intended for large groups of people. This guy's overdoing it.
It's brown, we have to take it out soon so we turn it so it doesn't burn. As soon as we see the brown mark, we have to return it as soon as possible. So just in case it doesn't burn. All right?
Look at that. So there's the pizza there. What's the point? Oh, it says Pete with the salami or pepperoni there.
Oh, wow.
For our listeners, if you're not watching this on the channel, the YouTube channel, if you want to watch a man eat a pizza the size of a table, it's called Furious Pete. Yeah.
Furious Pete, the YouTube overeater, the YouTube glutton.
There's 5 million people. Well, there's 54 million people that watch this. Why? Anyway.
Yeah, this guy has 5 million subscribers. That's ridiculous.
Just keep in mind, our Worst of the Best Podcast YouTube channel has a whopping 25 million subscribers. Okay.
I believe it.
Yeah. Okay, this one here, this is number 8. One of the random comments on this channel speaks very nicely what this guy does. His name, just so you know, if you want to check out his YouTube channel, which has 295,000 subscribers. So not a lot of subscribers, so just a third of a million. Well, I mean, compared to the ones we just talked about. This guy has balls made of diamonds, says one commenter, which is quite true. Do you remember those high altitude videos that were going viral a while back? Those scary videos where Russian kids, those Russians, man, it must be the vodka, would hang from tall buildings with no safety gear at all, risking falling to their deaths?
I'm not a fan.
This guy's name is, I'm butchering this, but his name is Pavlo Gennadiyevich Yushevets.
Okay.
That wasn't bad, eh?
No, you got it. You got it.
Okay, so he made this YouTube channel about ignoring all the instincts that evolution taught us over 200,000 years ago. It's needless to say, it's silly to say to our listeners and the watchers of this video that doing these stunts of a height of anything over 5 feet is probably not recommended. This here is the Mustang Wanted compilation number 2. I can only watch seconds of this. This stresses me out to no end. Keep in mind, none of these videos he fell. But here you go, people. If you want to see this, check it out. So the music's just playing. I'll turn down the music. I don't understand what they're doing here. He's hanging from buildings. He's skateboarding on the edge of a building. Drew.
Yes. This is Spider-Man stuff, possibly like a very extreme parkour. Not entirely sure. A death wish. I do not understand.
Check this out. Yeah, he's hanging by one arm. One arm,
yeah.
Drew. About, 300 feet in the air?
Incredible.
His name is Mustang Wanted. He's Russian. He climbs up things that you're not supposed to climb up and hangs from them.
Yeah, I think this has been something in a lot of countries throughout the world. People get in trouble for it. People do lose their life for it. In the Grand Canyon, I know that there are people that have done some pretty wild things and wound up falling in unintentional suicide, I suppose. I'm captivated by why he has to be doing these things in his underwear.
Okay, roger that.
Number 7 on this list is a YouTube account called Street Beefs. This one, it's sort of self-explanatory, I think. It is street fighting. They call it mixed martial arts. You could call it amateur street wrestling or something of the sort. It's just two people maybe consenting to have a fight on video. It's then posted for the world. You want to show us one?
Here we go. So this is Jamaican Rude Boy versus Bad News. Have you heard of these two fighters before?
It's a main event anywhere in the world from what I've heard. This thing has sold out the Tokyo Dome 3 times over. The fact that they got it on Street Beefs, they're actually kind of blessed that these two worldwide recognized competitors would be willing to do this sort of a main event fight here on Street Beefs. New Jamaican Rude Boy, Bad News.
So which one do you think is Bad News and which one's Jamaican Rude Boy?
No, Bad News is definitely the white guy.
Yeah.
Jamaican Rude Boy is skull cap and long shorts, wearing shoes. White boy, no shoes.
Who do you think wins this?
Okay. I'm going to go with Matt Riddle. I mean, Bad News.
I'm going with Jamaican Rude Boy. Okay, so let's see who wins. I actually don't know.
What do you think the purpose of the tires are?
I think it's just the boundaries.
You notice the tires don't. What are the trees? The other boundaries?
Yes, the tree line is a natural boundary.
There's a can on the ground somewhere that we can't see. Do you see what I'm saying here? We got a Bad Boy.
Oh.
What was his name? That's a rear choke. We've got something of a referee. I thought he was a competitor at one point. Whose girlfriend is this?
She's getting all the right angles though. She's right in there filming for like an HBO special. Oh, he tapped out. That's it.
It had to be a tap out. It was 3 seconds from a gay porn. That was something to be seen. What do I get for my winning wager on Bad News?
Did you take Bad News?
I did take Bad News, yeah.
You get to keep a hold of your... You're the host. I'm the co-host of this episode.
Host championship belt remains.
So Street Beefs, it has 1.4 million subscribers. You can find it on YouTube. And that video there had 20.5 million views.
Really did enjoy that. Legend has it that as of 2019, up to 15 casualties have been attributed to fights like Street Beefs fights. Not sure what 15 casualties means in the grand scheme of things here in 2020, but that's where we are.
All right, number 6 on our list. This one is one of the weirdest ones on our list. We are all aware that alcohol must be consumed responsibly, so we're going to go say that without saying drink responsibly. However, this guy, he doesn't just consume, he likes to inhale. The video that we're going to show, I don't think is quite inhaling. There is a vomit alert on this video. I haven't watched it. I'm not a big fan of watching people vomit. I'm not sure about you, Drew. Keep in mind, these are very watched videos and channels. People subscribe to this stuff. I am not a subscriber to any of these channels, and I don't think I'm going to be at the end of this episode, but we'll continue. Kevin Thomas Strahl, he's a competitive eater, but he decided to get a competitive edge, attracting views by inhaling stuff. So that includes alcohol, soda, and other drinks. On this video, what makes this one a little bit different is he's drinking. Remember Crystal Pepsi? Remember that drink about 20 years ago?
I do. I'm trying to figure out how this fits into the whole deal. But yeah, I do remember Crystal Pepsi.
Well, he found an unopened Crystal Pepsi drink, and that was 20 years old. So he thought, oh, I'll just drink it. It's only 20 years out of date. Why not drink it, right?
Aged like a fine wine.
Watch him drink a 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi. So I don't think he inhales it or snorts this, but this is just his most viewed video of his channel.
You promise.
Somebody from Pepsi's listening. Let's bring back the Crystal Pepsi.
So he's chugging it. He's chugging 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi.
He likes it.
Warning, it says vomit alert, so our viewers that are sensitive to vomiting.
Holy shit. That was awesome, dude.
Oh, he liked it.
Oh my god, dude. The slogan is, I've never seen it taste like this. You're right. Oh my god, that was That was amazing. I don't think I have words to describe it.
Oh, you liked it.
Amazing.
2 minutes, 30 seconds later.
Is it supposed to sit there in your stomach like that?
I'm going to save our viewers. If you want to, I haven't watched it. Do you want to see him
Super
vomit?
appreciate it. No, not
Okay,
at all. Not at
so
all.
to his,
But you promised me that he vomits, right? He
Well,
does vomit.
it says right here, and I will stop it here on this screen capture here, that it says 5 seconds
But
later.
I need to know that you watched him vomit.
No, I haven't seen him
You
vomit.
saw it?
No, I have not seen it.
Ooh, okay. You watch it. I'm going to look away.
I don't want to watch it, but I have to for our viewers. Okay.
This is Schrodinger's vomit. Okay, confirmed.
Oh, gee.
Didn't want to see it.
All right. So
All right.
it goes down Pepsi Clear, but comes up Pepsi Cloud. You ready for the next one?
So I am. What I have next is the YouTube account Paul's Gear. Paul's Gear has 8.6 thousand subscribers.
Which isn't very many.
I don't know if that's that many subscribers. It looks like there's 7.4 views on this. Clear.
7.4 million views.
Ryan, I'm getting bad information over here.
What do you mean?
Bad information. Let's be honest.
Well, what's with the bad
Okay.
information? What bad information?
About the 8.6 thousand subscribers. That's the bad information.
No, that's all he has. He only has 8.7 subscribers because on his channel, I checked it out, he only has 3 videos.
3 videos.
Yeah, but this video that we're going to watch has 7.4 million views. He makes money off that.
Just as to describe this character, it's a point of view forehead cam of a guy driving a motorcycle really fast. I don't know if I could describe it any better or any worse. Now that we've gotten to this point, here's a guy driving 180 miles an hour.
Would you be nervous doing this?
I'd be nervous to ride on a motorcycle. That's the honest truth. Doing what he's doing is reckless at best, but I don't even know if you could say that. It doesn't look like he's disrupting the traffic.
No, it's not a bad road to go fast on. He does reach top speeds, as you said, of 300 kilometers an hour for my Canadian listeners. That's fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Just much faster than you ever need to go. I have never had a lead foot in my life, but I have just wanted to get around a minute quicker as I would get around town. You quickly realize that that's just really not worth that effort.
So here we go here. He's about to hit 300. He's at 296. There we go. Tops out at 300, right? Oh, I didn't quite get it. He got it 299. We'll give it to him. If you want to check out his channel, it's Paul's Gear. He has 3 whole videos, so you can get through his channel in one sitting. But the big one is that video of him going 300 kilometers an hour down the Autobahn in Germany.
Certainly a YouTube account that could kill you. Certainly.
Oh, yes. Okay, number 4 on our list is a YouTube channel called Blue World TV. If you can believe it, Drew, only 5% of our ocean has been explored and charted. Approximately 5%. It's hard to navigate water. It's actually hard to map it, navigate it, and get deep and look at everything. It's easier to get above the earth and look around than it is to get below the water to look around, is my understanding. I'm not a scientist, if I didn't tell you that already. But this guy here, he's just a diver. And so the danger here is you got to be careful when you're diving because there's a thing called decompression sickness and arterial air embolism. So basically, if you come up too fast when you're at a deep pressure and you can come up, you can pop your lungs, you can pop out your eyeballs and all that good stuff.
You ever seen it, Ryan?
Have I seen someone have their face come up too fast? No. Have you?
No, that's why I asked.
You asked me if I've seen it. You could have seen it, but it doesn't preclude you from not having seen it by asking me if I've seen it.
I don't ask everybody that I meet whether or not they've seen somebody that's suffering from decompression sickness with their eyes popped out. But when they bring it up, I do ask them. That's how I've lived my life for years, Ryan. I will ask someone if they bring it up.
Okay,
Have
fair
you
enough.
seen something?
No, I haven't.
I will do that.
The name of this channel is Blue World TV, 643,000 subscribers. We went from the fast motorcycle driving to Paul's Gear to the slow but still dangerous underwater activities. So let's just check out some of his video, though. It's really quite beautiful.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Now that the sharks have figured out that we're not a threat, I can move a little closer to Jorge for filming, and the sharks won't mind.
So in this video here, he's swimming with the fishes, swimming with the sharks. Of the videos I've seen so far, Drew, this is an activity that I would quite enjoy. Doing it safely and all the proper safety practices, this is one that I would not be afraid to do.
Okay. The underwater portion, yeah, it definitely does appeal to me if like you said, if you knew that you were doing it safely. Question is, do the sharks know that you're doing it safely? Do they know the rules of the encounter? Has it been agreed to with the shark community?
I think they did sign a non-enclosure of their jaw agreement, yes.
I just think it's a master services agreement, this for that, a quid pro quo, if you will.
You're a smart man. Okay, ready for number 3?
Yes, absolutely. Coming back to the land of the walking, the bipedal, we have Goran Winblad, the Ultra Marathon YouTube account. This one has 3,000 subscribers. Still absolutely qualified for this list. No questions asked, because these people run ultra marathons. Ryan, let me ask you, have you ever heard of a 5K?
Of course.
Yes. Have you ever heard of a 10K?
Absolutely.
You've heard of a marathon, right?
Of course.
Well, what about if a marathon was just a little more badass? Like, what if it was an ultra marathon?
Well, what qualifies it to be ultra?
An ultra marathon is 5 more miles, almost exactly 5 more miles, 4.8 more miles, but who's counting, right? We're not doing the math because it's ultra and we don't have time for the math. This is an ultra marathon. It's 31 miles. And these people don't just run it, they record themselves running it. What is more ultra than that?
I would not do it. I wouldn't be afraid to do it. I just think I'd be incapable.
Is it something about the ultra marathon that it needs to be 4.8 extra miles and also through the snow? Is that a requirement?
I think it makes it more ultra.
It does make it so much more ultra. You're like really on the same page with me about this. Through the snow, 4.8 extra miles. Nobody thought it could be done. It's ultra.
And this is, again, Goran, Goran, Winblad. So there you go. Good for him. They have only 3,500 subscribers, but that's okay.
He runs, you watch. I mean, what else? What else do you need me to say?
It's ultra.
It's ultra.
Okay. Number 2. This one's tough. Okay. This was kind of interesting because the Netherlands, I don't know if you know this, but the Netherlands doesn't quite have the drug restrictions that maybe Canada and the US has. Okay.
I heard a rumor.
Okay, yeah. This video channel is called Drugs Lab. It has 1 million subscribers. In this channel, Nelly Benner, Renz Pullman, and Bastian Rossmann try a lot of different kinds of drugs. Substances include, but are not limited to, marijuana, cocaine, ecstasy, speed, and LSD. All 3 are fairly young, and they're all kind of good looking. However, while intoxicated, they do all sorts of activities that range from entertaining to insane. So what they do is they actually monitor their heart rates and body temperatures for safety purposes. Regardless of any precautions taken, drug consumption can always lead to overdosing. But they videotape them doing drugs and what it does to their heart rate and activities. This one here is the most viewed one on their channel. It just gives you an idea of how many views they've gotten. This one has 2 million, almost 3 million views. It's Nelly celebrates a white Christmas with cocaine.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So she snorts it here at about minute 7.
Heb je het idee dat je er liefdevoller van wordt? Ik heb natuurlijk niet.
I don't speak Netherlandish. Do you? I know it's Dutch, right?
No,
it's
you
not
were
Dutch.
Right the first time.
Is it Netherlandish? My apologies. Okay.
100% Netherlandish.
Okay, so these Netherlandish people are... Oh, there she goes. She's now snorting cocaine. It looks like what I've seen in movies such as...
Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't Johnny Depp have this in his contract for every movie?
Blow and Scarface and Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And I really wish I knew what they were saying, how... Is there an English subtitles by chance? No. All right. Well, oh, there we go. So they're going to play memory with the cocaine.
If I was in my younger days and this sort of thing was available to me, I would certainly watch it. I was exposed to people doing more advanced drugs than I was willing to do in my college years. And this is the sort of thing that I would engage in. I would try to watch how they reacted to the things that I was not prepared to do to myself. Sometimes it was the sort of, okay, you'll never see me falling into that trap. And sometimes it was, oh, well, this is not anywhere near what it had been described as. To be able to see actual people react as much as you can believe anything you see on the YouTube.
Yeah.
In order to see these people react and, okay, they get silly, but do they get level 27 silly or do they get level 5 silly? I think that's what you're seeing sort of portrayed here. I think that's a educational opportunity for young people. I don't see anything wrong with it at all.
It says here that the biggest risk of cocaine is addiction. I've actually heard the opposite. I'm not a drug connoisseur by any stretch of the imagination, but I've actually heard cocaine is the easiest of the drugs to break. Heroin, nicotine, not so much.
Out of those three, I might agree with you.
Like cocaine is more of a recreational, definitely. Like, of course, everything's addictive from sugar to you name the people, coffee. Everything has an addiction. So it's not everything's dangerous. But that being said, I've heard people can do cocaine, but they're not chasing the dragon like they do with heroin.
Exactly. And I would agree with you. The differences between cocaine and heroin on those two levels. You do find people that they sort of chase a few too many bumps. I would say once you reach the double digits, your bender has continued a little too long.
All right. You ready for the last one, number 1?
I think I am. We've gotten through, several YouTube accounts of people who do things and videotape things that might kill them. This might be the ickiest. This is Brave Wilderness, 15.6 million subscribers. Brave Wilderness is a YouTube account that, as you see on our screen here, they are absolutely obsessed with showing videos of people getting stung or bit or otherwise attacked by insects and other animals that you just sort of want to see how the effect might occur, whether or not the human body is vulnerable or invulnerable. I take this as yet another of an educational opportunity, but it is a little bit grotesque because they do want to show you just how much venom is inserted, just how much pus develops, how bad the bump gets. Maybe, Ryan, you want to fire up the clip at this point.
Okay, so I've queued it up, I believe, where this gentleman, he's about to get stung by a wasp called a cow killer. Now, would you allow a cow killer to sting you? There's something named a cow killer.
I grew up in Ohio. We have cow killers in Ohio. Absolutely not. No way.
Oh, you have them?
I'd never let a horse fly bite me.
All right, here we go. You ready?
I don't really like it, but okay. Gosh. Isn't that wild? I hate that. I hate that.
Okay, let me get back here.
You all right?
Now, full disclaimer, of all the videos, this is one that I have seen before.
Do you like this sort of thing? You sought it out?
No, I did not seek it out, but I saw it. I don't know why. Well, it's got 53 million views, so it probably came up just like it does when we get a lot of views.
So you know how this ends. Don't spoil it for me, Ryan.
Oh, I think he dies on screen. I think he leaves.
I do think he does. This was Steve Irwin Part 2.
So he gets stung by the wasp, and he's in a lot of pain.
Oh my gosh, guys, this is super bad.
Now, I believe it hurts.
Does it turn black? Does it get a big bump?
It's just 5 minutes of him saying
the bee is okay? I thought the bees died.
No.
I thought they died when they stung you.
Wasps like this, they can do multiple stings. Well, he seems okay now.
That is a jerk.
All right. Well, there you go. That is a site called Brave Wilderness. Again, it has almost 16 million subscribers. So I think of all the channels that we reviewed, that's our biggest one. Basically, yeah.
Deserving of the number one spot.
Absolutely. I accidentally deleted the first few videos. I'm sorry. But Drew, why don't you just run down the synopsis of the 10 topics or channels that people can subscribe to if they want to enjoy something at night.
We watched some kind of wild things tonight. We saw Hot Ones, the number 10 on our list. This was a guy, and he likes to eat spicy food and show you his reaction to it. The number 9 on our list, I call him Famous Pete. Ryan calls him Furious Pete. We're going to agree to disagree on this one. He ate a pizza the size of a table and washed it down with an 11-pound jar of Nutella. Number 8 on our list is Mustang Wanted. This is a guy or a group of guys that use the selfie sticks to record themselves doing stunts off of very high objects. Mm-hmm. This one is absolutely crazy. Number 7 is Street Beefs. These are the quote-unquote mixed martial arts, which we saw a white man fight a black man with a referee and a woman of some sort involved. That was number 7 on our list. 15 deaths attributed to this particular video stunt. Number 6 was Skippy62 Abel. This was a guy that likes to inhale things. He inhaled a Crystal Pepsi from 20 years ago on our video. This was just not a guy that got enough attention. What was Skippy62 Abel's highlight?
Right there, Drew. Right there. There's his highlight. You asked for it. You're going to egg me on. You look at that screen, boy.
Number 5 on our list was Paul's Gear. This was a guy that recorded 3 videos of himself riding a motorcycle at very high speeds, very dangerous speeds. For all his efforts, he really disappointed everybody on the planet because didn't quite get to 300.
No, he got 299. I know.
Didn't quite. Very disappointing. That should be like under the subreddit for disappointing as hell. Number 4 was Blue World TV. This is marine diving expeditions, and Ryan said that he would love to swim with the fishes. He doesn't know what that means in America.
I do too. Stop it. You think I live in I'm an Amish community and I don't watch mafia movies? Jeepers creepers.
I do think you fought a bear to get your mail this morning. I believe that. Man. I do. Number 3 was Goran Winblad. He's the guy that runs the ultra marathons. They're ultra because sometimes there's snow and they're a little bit longer than a regular marathon. Ryan, this guy was the most ultra on our list. You agree, right?
He is ultra.
He's very ultra. Number 2 was Drug Slab. This was the Netherlandish videos of people taking drugs, showing you how people react when they take drugs. Thought it was relatively harmless, but people can die from taking drugs. Disclaimers.
Yes.
Number 1 is Brave Wilderness. That's the guy who volunteers to get stung by insects, bit by insects. I don't know what else. Implanted by insects. Alien and pregnancies are welcome. I believe this YouTube channel has it all.
So,
Ryan, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, really?
One that the criteria that you laid out.
Was his name Wanted Man? Was that his name? That did the heights?
Oh, I got it for you. Mustang Wanted.
Okay, Mustang Wanted. Okay. Yeah. So the criteria again is which of these 10 activities shown in these videos would I absolutely just refuse to do, and it's the height one. End of the day, I'd rather get stung by a bee. I would rather do an ultra marathon. I'd rather be 300 kilometers an hour on a motorcycle. I'd rather get punched by bad news. I would rather vomit 20-year-old Crystal Pepsi. I would never, ever, ever hang 500 feet in the air with one arm. Nope. I can barely watch the video. It stresses me out to no end. So anyways, Mustang Wanted of these risky activities.
Some of the activities are risky, but they're also ones that people just engage in, like there's 5 million types of spicy sauces because people like spicy sauces. I don't know if there's as much of a enthusiasm for climbing large objects and hanging from them. But that said, my least favorite is the last one on our list, the one that I would say is the worst of the best of the YouTube videos. This is the guy that just wants to get stung by random things. As we watched that last video, I convinced myself of this because that last video was the bee stinger is nature's needle. And I do not like needles, injections, shots, not anything that I'm interested in. Whatever he's doing there, pissing this bug off, trying to get it to sting him, and then watching the injection, that was cringe. As much as I hate heights, and I do hate heights, my number one fear is needles. It's irrational, and everyone knows that, but they still hate them. So I'm number one. I'm the cow killer guy.
You would rather hang 500 feet in the air with one arm than get stung by the cow killer.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then what do they have to do?
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this is just, how bad your fear of heights is.
Yes, it's bad.
Versus how bad my fear of needles is.
That's fine. That's fair.
My fear of needles is bad.
That's fear. I mean, that's fear. That's fear. Well, it is fear. That is fair. That's fair fear.
Fear is irrational, and
Absolutely.
It's just how bad it's yours versus how bad it's mine.
Yeah, and I would never shame. I'm not shaming you at all.
I can get up there, yeah.
And bless your heart for being able to do that. So too bad we couldn't combine our lack of fears of each, because I'm terrified of heights, absolutely terrified of heights. I actually don't like wasps. Of all the insects that exist in the world, wasps actually do terrify me. But not because of the needle, just because of the unexpected pain.
That's part of what a needle is.
Yeah.
Oh man, once it gets in there, it hurts. It sucks. And then you have to get another injection to fix it.
Yeah. But I'm not afraid of needles. Wasps terrify me. But that being said, hanging 500 feet in the air while a wasp stings you in the hand to hold on, that would be terrifying.
Well, now you've just created the next James Bond movie, if there ever is another James Bond movie.
Well, I hope our watchers of this episode maybe appreciated us integrating the YouTube or the video with the chatter. Let us know if that's something you like.
It was kind of cool.
If the listeners want to let us know in the comments, either on Twitter or on Facebook or even on our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, and we might do this again in the future if the topic is such that looking at the video helps carry the conversation. But even if you're just listening to this episode, I think we gave it a fair description of what's going on, and you can go on YouTube, check out what we're looking at as we're looking at it, or just go to their channels and see the variety that each of these channels provide and the content that we described. Remember, in front of every silver lining there's a cloud, and we're here to help you find it. Drew, thank you so much for coming on tonight.
No, thank you for being my very valuable co-host this evening.
It's terrible.